Welcome to your coffee break news update. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and we're in Ridgefield today for an FCAC tour stop and a lacrosse doubleheader. But first, bringing you some of the latest local news for Tuesday, April 10th. A retired Shelton intermediate school teacher who was working as a youth mentor has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a former student. Today, Shelton police arrested David Munson, age 76, of Shelton, and charged him with sexual assault in the first degree and risk of injury to a minor. Now, this arrest stems from an investigation which began in October of 2017, where the male complainant came forward to police to report that he was sexually assaulted while attending Shelton Intermediate years earlier. Now, investigation revealed that from 2005 to 2007, that juvenile was enrolled in Shelton Intermediate School's mentoring program, where Munson was assigned to mentor the juvenile male. That victim reported being sexually assaulted by Munson on or around school grounds during that time. Now, Munson retired in 1999 from the Shelton Board of Education after 34 years of teaching. Now, at the time of the reported incidents, Munson was acting in the capacity as a youth mentor, and he was also on the board of the Shelton Youth Bureau. Munson was immediately suspended from his involvement in the Youth Bureau when this complaint was brought forward to police. Now, Munson posted a $100,000 bond and is scheduled to appear in Derby Superior Court tomorrow at 9 a.m. And in other news, a Middletown woman faces several charges in Westport after allegedly hitting a Parks employee while driving her car the wrong way near Campo Beach, and then later that day refusing to pay a cab fare. Now, around 1:30 in the afternoon Sunday, police say 34-year-old Jacqueline Brack was driving the wrong way on the one-way road toward a Parks employee who was hanging signs on Soundview Drive. Well, at the same time, several other vehicles were attempting to exit Campo Beach and turn onto that drive. Well, the employee instructed those vehicles leaving to stop and pull over in order to avoid an accident. When that employee attempted to stop the operator to inform her that she was driving the wrong way, the vehicle initially stopped but then accelerated and left as the employee approached. And as that vehicle left, it struck the victim's leg. Now, the victim declined medical attention but was able to provide officers the registration number of that vehicle. Well, later that same day at 3 p.m., officers were dispatched to the Black Duck Cafe on a report of a woman who left a cab without paying her fare. That woman, later identified as Jacqueline Brack, was back inside the cab when officers arrived, and they provided Brack a ride back to her vehicle, which was parked at Longshore and which she claimed contained her money. Well, after finding her vehicle, officers observed that it matched that suspected vehicle involved in the previous incident. Well, once at her car, she became agitated, uncooperative, and refused to provide her ID, police said. While attempting to sit in her vehicle, that woman struck one of the officers with her car door. She was then handcuffed and placed in the rear of a patrol car while officers searched for her ID. Well, while officers were looking for the woman's license, she began pushing on the windows of the patrol vehicle with her feet. That woman was ultimately identified, and she was charged with 6th-degree larceny, interfering with an officer, and reckless driving. She's due to appear in court on April 17th. And in other news, in Darien on April 4th, a victim reported $12,000 in cash stolen when her purse was taken from her unlocked car at Stony Brook Park. That woman arrived at the park at about 4:30 in the afternoon and realized her purse was missing when she returned to the car an hour later. She told police she had left it on the passenger seat containing the cash, as well as several credit cards. Darien police are currently investigating. And Ridgefield drivers heading north on Main Street noticed two things this morning: long lines of traffic and a large-sized truck drilling a hole into the roadway. While state workers began work around 8 a.m. Tuesday near the corner of Main Street and Governor Street in front of the Fairfield County Bank and Wells Fargo, creating one lane of traffic there. Now, the Department of Transportation workers on site said they were drilling down to about 17 feet to check the subsurface of the roadway in preparation for some intersection work. Also causing some traffic backup in Ridgefield this week is a project on Route 35, alternating one-way traffic at the Route 35 bridge construction site near Fox Hill condos will last through this Friday, April 13th. Now, you can check for updates on local road work at theridgefieldpress.com. And 5 years after she was injured in the Boston Marathon bombing and 2 years after her tragic death in a car accident, Victoria McGrath's family in Weston is launching a foundation dedicated to opening doors and uplifting lives. The Victoria McGrath Foundation honors the memory of a young woman who was committed to bringing hope and care to vulnerable and underserved people. Now, the foundation's first door-opening project serves families impacted by disabilities and coincides with the 5th anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing. Donations made now through April 16th 16th will send families affected by disability to a week at Joni and Friends Family Retreat in New Hampshire. Now, that camp experience provides some much-needed family fun, encouragement, and support for families. While donations will be accepted now through April 16th when Victoria's best friend runs the Boston Marathon. The foundation will match all donations towards its goal of sending 5 families to that camp. For more information about the Victoria McGrath Foundation and how to donate, you can visit victoriamcgrath.org. Well, that does it for this coffee break news update. Stay tuned to HAN.network today for a live broadcast of girls and boys lacrosse this afternoon and evening. Have a great day.